right, so May is Kelly month, and we're going to talk about what did we do all month and why we love living here.
Yes, it's going to be great. I love talking about myself. Hey, everybody.
Sean and Kelly here, Price and Price Group of Sampson Properties, and May is the best month of the year. It was it was the month that this beautiful young lady was born. And our beautiful daughter, Rowan, was also born on her 21st birthday.
Happy birthday, Rowan.
It's the year that our house was built for us that we live in now.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about, with it being Mother's Day and Kelly's birthday, we've just been pretty much celebrating Kelly all month long.
I really love May. Because also it's when spring has sprung and everything is really fantastic.
That's right.
And wonderful.
So in our celebrations, we've just done a lot of the local things around here. So we want to talk about that because it'll kind of give you an idea about what life is like here in Northern Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah. So before we start with this, I would like to start with what our biggest thrill used to be when we lived in Florida. The biggest thrill of May was we would go to the beach.
Yes, that was our first beach day of the year, was my birthday.
And usually our last one for the year,
well,
because it got too hot.
Right, that's true. That is a fact.
Yeah, but we would do that every.
We would go to the docks and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite thing. Going down to the harbor, especially when we lived on the harbor, and going to the docks. But it wasn't all of this.
Yeah, right? Exactly. It was like that one exciting thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So so let's just kind of run through the month. Let's just have because everything that we did was just, it exemplifies what living here, the people that we work with, the opportunities that are available. Yeah. It's just phenomenal.
And it suits so many different people. Like, we do nothing compared to most of our friends. Like, we seem really, really boring.
That's right.
Even we did a lot this month.
That's right. That's right. So starting with May 1st, we went to what we call our Platinum Mastermind, which is our brokerage group where we all get together and we kind of brainstorm about what's going on in the market.
That happens every month. That wasn't all about me.
Yeah, it was.
That wasn't about me at all.
But it was special about our group. It was special about this brokerage that we get to work with. Yeah. But then our very own Tatiana hosted a party called Tequila Tamale.
Yes, with Eduardo.
Yes,
remember?
with Eduardo. So we went and had tequila and margaritas, and he taught us how to make tamales from scratch,
which was so amazing. Yes. It was so perfect, and I'd been wanting to make them myself forever, and we finally did. So that was May 1st. It was perfect timing because. Remember, we made tamales for Cinco de Mayo, baby.
That's right. Yeah. So that was fantastic.
We actually did a really good job too.
They were good.
I know.
Yeah. And we had Eduardo on text to help us.
We did have that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should add that to our new newsletter.
That would be great.
Be the recipe, the tamales.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. So then we fast forward just a little bit into the month, and
we did have to get some work done.
We did. We ended up down in downtown Arlington. We were down there for a consult, for a gift for Kelly.
Yes.
And then we ended up having sidewalk dinner at a restaurant called the Green Pig Bistro.
Pig.
Yes.
Yeah. So well, this is one of the side notes, right? Is you can also find really great and amazing tattoo artists.
Yes.
In the DMV.
That's right.
DMV. Not just in DC, but even there's some out in Woodbridge and everything. It was really hard for me to find who I wanted to see. But we had a reservation at some sort of other restaurant, and we went in and went out.
Yeah.
Ended up at the Green Pig.
It was a pretty cool.
So great.
It was a pretty cool looking restaurant that we had the reservation at. But we walked in, and it was we got out of there pretty quickly.
It was like the constant loud music that went and it never broke. So I was like,
why am I so anxious?
I can't handle it. So the food may have been amazing. It was just is not.
That's right.
Not for me.
But we highly recommend Green Pig. It was really good. And we just kind of spontaneously walked in there. We were able to get a table on the sidewalk, which was really nice.
Yes, we highly recommend Lady Octopus for any tattoos.
Tattoo work. Absolutely. So then we had after that we had Mother's Day. What did we do on Mother's Day?
Mother's Day, we went to the zoo. Finally, we saw our new pandas, and they were so cute. We got really, really great video.
I'll see if I can put some of the video up on
that
this.
Would be awesome.
Interject it in. Yeah.
I don't know which one that was, but it was hilarious. And we hadn't been, like, the whole time we've lived here, we've never been to the zoo.
That's right.
This was the first time.
That's right.
And we were going to go back home after the zoo and put my Mother's Day gift to use, and we'll get to that later.
Yep.
But instead, the kids and I were like, we just got to stay in Georgetown. The weather was too perfect, so we ate at our usual sidewalk place, Pinstripes, and Bastion was on you about taking him to go bowling in there, and Sean's always like, but it's not a real bowling alley, and Bastion says, but it's fun anyway. Otherwise, we're shopping with the girls, and Sean's like, oh, I guess.
So I will say this about Pinstripes Bowling Alley.
Yeah.
It is a bowling alley. It is probably regulation length, but it is a horrible bowling alley. If you are a serious bowler,
don't go there.
If
okay,
you,
this man he and Bastion have their own balls, right? Weighted for them.
Bowling balls.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about that, but yeah, they also have their own bowling balls now. Yeah, so you guys take it seriously.
Yeah.
Which let's talk. So where is the bowling alley to go to?
So we actually go to, there are, Bolero owns pretty much every bowling alley in the world except for Pinstripes. Yeah. Most Bolero bowling.
Do this in May.
That's right. It's her birthday. Most Bolero bowling alleys are set up for entertainment. They're not like regulation. They don't have the regulation approach and all this stuff.
And some of them use strings.
Yeah, but
that's no bueno.
Yeah,
right?
they kind of loop around each other.
Yeah.
But we found a couple where Bolero bought the old, I guess they were AMF bowling alleys. So they're the old ones. Like they even had the old scoreboards and everything. Yeah. So the one that we like to go through is is in Fairfax.
Yeah.
And they have a great summer pass program, 2 free games every single day. It's like $90 for the whole summer, 2 free games every day.
Yeah.
So Bastion and I and Kelly each get that pass and we go out there a couple times a week.
I do it. Like I want my own ball too. Yeah. I want a white pearly ball. And I'm going to name it Pearl.
So anyway, so Pinstripe, food's great, environment's great, bowling, it's fun. We had a good time trying to figure out how to make it work.
I like bocce ball.
Yeah, do you? That's good.
Okay, anyway.
All right.
So we did that in Georgetown for Mother's Day, and then it was only just last weekend. I'm going to skip a few and then get to the Mother's Day gift. Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to try this for so long. So I hate pasta, right? I don't like it. There's no point to it. And I love bread, but I don't like pasta. Until you took me to
I cannot remember the name of it.
Centralina.
Thank you. Yes.
In DC. It wasn't this year. It was not in May. But please shout out Centralina. It is amazing. And I conceded and got a pasta dish. And I'm like, if this is what pasta tastes like, sign me up all day, every single day.
Their pasta was handmade.
It was like from scratch pasta. So I have this lovely KitchenAid mixer that was from Mother's Day years and years past, right? And I never knew what that front thing was for. So I learned, and then he got me the pasta attachments, and he and the kids and we made fettuccine from scratch and did the whole chicken, mushroom, fettuccine Alfredo. It was perfect. I love it. I love you. Thank you. Too. Yeah. And the kids, we had a great time, and they made my strawberry cake.
Yes. Oh, so that was a great day.
That was a really good day.
It was a lot of fun. So now we're going to bounce back to right before your birthday, but when you got your birthday gift, what was the name of your tattoo artist?
Dima. At Lady Octopus.
Lady Octopus in Arlington. So we went, we got her tattoo done. Yes. Fantastic work. The customer service there was great. And then we went to dinner at Pisco y Nazca. Yes.
In Reston. Okay, yes. RTC. And my Peruvian friend, she says...
RTC is Reston Town Center.
Thank you. That it's not as legitimate as Pew Pew. Well, it used to be Pew Pew. They've changed their name, but it's in Great Falls at the Village. But still, their ambiance at Pisco is amazing, and I find no fault with their ceviche or their drinks.
The best sushi I've ever had. It was what's it called? Loco.
It was not even real sushi. It was a steak.
Yeah, it was the steak sushi. Oh my God, it was so good.
That's like his.
Yes.
I have to take you back.
Yes. Okay.
So that was wonderful. Yep. I love.
So highly recommend Pisco y Nazca. We've been there several times. Yeah. They have fantastic food. It's not as traditional as she was saying as the Peruvian.
From what we know from our friend, right?
But it's very flavorful. It's just really, really good. Oh, yeah.
All their ceviches are so, oh my gosh, it's just amazing.
Delicious. And then, so on May 20th, which was your birthday, and again, happy birthday, Rowan, 21 years younger than your mom.
Can you believe she's 25?
No, that's crazy. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I'm more I'm more alarmed by her age than I am mine. I'm like, I'm 46. What? I'm not 50 yet. You know.
It's crazy because when you were doing what she is doing now, you had a 4-year-old. That's what's crazy.
Right. Yeah. At 25, I had 2 of them.
Yeah, 4-year-old and 2-year-old. That's right.
Oh, we had so much fun. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want
good
to
old
cry.
days. So anyway, so we went to
Yes.
Eddie V's and Tyson's.
I go there every year.
Yes.
You take me there every year
Yes.
for my birthday.
We always get the window seat right where we
Yes.
can see the silver line because that's what we fell in love with. Tyson's Corner is where we came and we stayed when we were looking
Yes.
to see if we wanted to move here, and that's when we fell in love with the place.
Yes.
So Eddie V's, we look at the silver line, and it's
we're
it's
just right
fantastic.
there because we stayed at the Hilton in
Mhm.
Tyson's Corner,
Yeah,
and we were
the
out
Hyatt.
there.
The
Hyatt, not the Hilton. At the Hyatt, and we were like, okay, there has to be a place of houses where people live close
Yep.
to here, and we're
10 minutes.
less than 10 minutes
Yep.
away. So that's perfect. They're raw oysters. They have them from different parts of the country. We were surprised to learn that we actually liked one of the Virginia ones better than a PEI one.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed? Okay,
Yeah.
so we do super nerd out, and we like keep a journal of
Yeah,
oysters,
on the
like
oysters.
some people do one.
Yep, 100%. That's right. So we had that fantastic dinner, and then
Yes.
after that, poor Kelly and poor me never had a meaningful prom date.
I never went to prom at all.
And I went, but it wasn't meaningful. It was,
because I wasn't there.
yeah, it was without her, and it was just a group
I was
of friends.
like 9.
Yeah,
So that
that's
would have
right.
been cute.
That would have been
I would have
wrong.
gone anyway. I would have gone with you.
Yeah, I would have been in trouble.
As long as I could have dressed up, I would have gone.
Yeah, you'd have been your princess. So anyway, we have our neighborhood is full of fantastic neighbors, and one of our neighbors wanted to host a prom for the
Theme.
kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we had live music, we got corsages.
Yeah, another neighbor, like they have a band.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? He's like attorney by day, band
Player.
guy by night, whatever they are. Like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
Just so, it
That's okay.
excites me so much.
So we had a
Yeah,
prom.
he
We
got
had a
me a
neighborhood
corsage.
prom. She got a corsage. She put it around her army boot that she wore with her prom dress.
Well, because I had a jacket on.
Yeah,
But
it was appropriate. But we had a great time, live music and everything,
Yeah.
and we hung out with some neighbors, and we actually hung out with our neighbors pretty much all weekend. We've got a great group of friends there.
I love
Absolutely.
them.
So it was just a fantastic
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, and we
It
found
was.
out that one of our friends, his birthday is the day before mine. So
Yes.
I have a new brother.
Yes.
That's how I feel. Thank you. my
Same
new brother.
year, same everything.
Year.
But-
Just the
yeah,
year
'cause they-
before. I
They
have
started
seniority.
singing. They started singing at prom, and it was for him. And I'm like, how do they know about her birthday? Because we kept it
Yeah.
secret, and then that's how we discovered it.
Yeah,
So,
well, we weren't keeping it a secret. We just didn't say it. I didn't like wear a shirt saying it's my birthday. Guess how old I am.
All right.
Okay, so we did the homemade pasta and cake baking.
Yep. So then we have to make
Yes.
Kelly's special month last the entire month. So tomorrow, today is May 30th.
I know. I can't believe it's
Tomorrow we are going to Chicago at the Capital One Center.
Yeah, the
Um,
Play Chicago.
The
We're
Play,
not going to
yeah,
Chicago.
the Play Chicago, and we are going to dinner at North Italia. And,
Yeah.
and I have to say, one of the things that I wanted to move out of a small Florida town for was I wanted to have the option for theater, the option for entertainment that wasn't just a
Yeah.
movie and going out to dinner.
Yeah.
Fantastic restaurants here. North Italia is one of our favorite restaurants. They have great food, but having the
Yeah.
Capital
And
One
it's
Center,
just like right there.
yeah, and having the Capital One Center,
Yeah.
like 15, 20 minutes from us,
Right.
or you can go down to DC and go to all kinds of
We
different
have
theaters.
like theaters from all different places, you
Yeah.
know, or all different levels, calibers. I don't really know
Yeah.
how to talk about theater. Oh, and Wolf Trap.
Wolf
We still
Trap.
haven't even been to Wolf Trap, so
Yep.
let's not talk about that yet.
Yeah, but
Because we don't know, but it's amazing.
so that's our plan. We're gonna go and we're
Yeah.
gonna go see Chicago tomorrow
so
night,
excited.
and then that will be the end of Kelly's
I'm
month.
gonna be so sad. I'm
And-
always super
You
sad
get so
when,
depressed. It's like,
when June comes. I'm like, ugh.
it's like after Christmas too. It's like, oh.
It is. I love when Christmas is over. I just hate when May is
Right.
over.
All right. So kind of recap. What's it? You spent this last year being 45 years old.
Yes.
What were your highlights? What would you besides
Okay,
me,
that's
of course?
You're always a highlight. Thank you. Yeah, it was a really, really good year. Well, okay. I moved
Bifocals.
from computer glasses to bifocals.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
Yep.
They tried to do the transitions thing, and I was like my dad about
She
it.
was not easy to please with
I'm
this.
like, I'm sorry, Kevin at Vienna Eye Care Center.
They are fantastic.
Kevin is amazing. The doctors
Yes.
are amazing. I
And
love him so
stubborn.
much, but I'm like, this is a load of bullshit. I am not even. Can I just please have bifocals?
I wouldn't
and
even
then
go
if I
in
have to
with
look
her.
in the distance, I'll just go like this. And he said, yes, we can do that for you. So that's great.
Yep.
Also, another big thing that happened to me,
Mhm.
I had my very first colonoscopy.
Oh.
That was fantastic.
Wait.
Okay. Oh no! Alert! On the colonoscopy front, it's now
Or back.
45.
Or the back of it.
Yeah, make sure they don't do the front. It's now 45, not 50. And I waited a year. Like I should have had it last year.
Yeah.
And then one of my really great friends who turned 45 this year, she was saying she scheduled her colonoscopy. And I'm like, I've been kicking that can. And she said, Kel, would you rather have a poop bag? And I said, no, I would not. And I scheduled it that day. Thank you, my friend. You know who you are, and I love you. So there's that.
Yes, yes.
And on the note of colonoscopies, it's not as bad as you think. Like, you don't even remember anything. But
the conversations
here's the warning.
Afterwards are...
Do not have anyone with you in your recovery room that you have any secrets from. Because there are a whole lot of inside thoughts that
just
come out.
Pour out. The poor stuff at the...
I had no idea. When you told me what the things I had said and done, there were a whole lot of inside things coming out.
Yeah.
So don't.
Not.
Oh, I didn't cry.
Yeah. Let's be clear.
But the 2 days previous to doing it. No, that was fine.
So congratulations on your first colonoscopy.
Thank you. And my bifocals.
Yes, your bifocals. Yeah.
I appreciate that. What else? We had our second child fly the nest.
Yeah. So he moved out to the Grand Canyon and is now coming back. Where you're welcoming them back. Him and his girlfriend are going to be coming back this month.
Yeah, he got a job here in DC, and it was kind of like, where are they going to end up? And he's going to work in DC. And I already feel like she's our daughter.
Yeah.
It's his girlfriend, but whatever.
Yeah.
We've taken a lot of trips.
We have our other son, our last child, started his first day at work.
His first job.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's working at the water mine. That's what we call watering. Yeah, water mine. I call it the watering hole. So compared to what we have in Florida, I hate this place. But it's fantastic for here. It's nice. It's easy. It's relaxing. It's just weird to have crows when you're at a water event.
We're the seagulls, right? It's like, and you hate crows.
I hate crows. Yeah, so it's just horrible.
So, but in Lorelei, it's her third year there.
Yeah.
So they're working together, and she got another job, like our junior. Well, she'll be a senior next year. She has her second job, so she's at Mookie's.
Yep.
So that's like the other thing, right? If you have kids who are going to grow up and you want them to have jobs while they're in high school. To learn all the things they're going to learn. There are really great places around here for this.
These kids are making more money than I made as a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They're making almost $20 an hour.
Well, because they're working for the water mine is the city of...
It's Fairfax
County of Fairfax. So they get all the benefits, sign-on bonuses, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're making like over $20 an hour when you calculate it all out. Yeah. It's crazy.
Also, I did a renovation this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I renovated our mudroom.
Yep.
And instead of doing the whole wallpaper thing,
you painted it.
I stenciled.
Yep.
Single stencils all over the entire wall. We still haven't counted them yet, but that took forever.
Yep. It looks beautiful.
Was fun.
It looks great.
And what else happened?
A lot of traveling. We found our new favorite steakhouse in the world. It is called 801 Chop House. It is
sorry.
Beautiful.
Ruth Chris, I love you for your buttery plate and that you're right downstairs.
Yes.
And for our friend who, do I drink too many martinis? Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Who?
Our bartender guy.
Oh, I can't remember his name either.
Okay, anyway, that's great. And then we love Capitol Grill for the ambiance.
Mm-hmm.
You take better steak than either of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Better ambiance environment, and still like boom across the street. 801 Chop House is where it is at. You must do this. Father's Day is coming up.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You need to book a reservation for the men.
That's my birthday restaurant. Hers is Eddie B's. 801 Chop House is mine.
Yeah.
And
so obviously our hobby is food.
Yes. And we've had some great dinners with some friends and clients.
Oh my gosh, Duracos with two of our faves.
Yeah, Fogo de Chao a couple times with it.
Oh, I love them. Yes.
Yeah. So we've been even Matchbox. We've done that a couple times. Yeah. So it's been a good year. It's been a really good year.
Now we're talking about food, and that's all I want to talk about. I want to talk about the pizza crust and how it's better than.
Well, we're going to lunch after we finish this. We're going to go to Circle,
okay.
So
we'll calm down.
All right. So anyway, it's been a great month. And happy birthday, happy Mother's Day.
You're
so
freaking good to me every month, and this month has been, especially except for that one night where you were kind of a jerk.
It was not one-sided, my love.
Well, but it's my
We're
birthday
about to start
month.
fighting
It's
together.
my birthday month.
That's right. I was wrong. You were 100% right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
You're amazing.
100%. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. All right. So, if you need us, for anything.
Or
Food
an eye
recommendations.
doctor, or a recommendation for a colonoscopy.
Great chiropractor, we know.
Oh, a knee appointment, knee surgeon, right?
Like
we've got dentists, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Not hair.
All right. You can reach out to us, 703-783-2143. All right. Let's dive into the market snapshot.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
Are we just going to move right in?
And go.
Hey, everybody.
Sean and Kayla here, Price and Price Group. And what are we about to talk about?
The market snapshot.
Yes.
What has happened in the Northern Virginia real estate market, specifically Fairfax County, Virginia, in the last 7 days?
In under 5 minutes. Probably 7.
No, I'm better at this. Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, go.
All right, that black squiggly line on the top, that's the buyer activity. That's how many homes have gone under contract in the last 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
The teal line underneath, that is the seller's activity. That's how many new homes have come on the market in the last 7 days.
That's right.
Okay. I'll move on to beyond that. The graph below, that is going to show you whether we're in a seller's market or a buyer's market. The line in the middle is a normal, even market. And wow, we've been hovering at a more level market for a little bit.
That's
Show
right.
me.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't been here the last couple of weeks. All right. So we have been on a steady increase in activity. We actually have a very active market. You can see that we're just as active as we were last year at this time. But the difference is inventory last year was down here. Demand was up here. So there was a huge gap. So we had a strong seller's market.
Right.
Versus now inventory and demand have been pretty equal. Now, the interesting thing is this huge drop here, which also happened here last year, Memorial Day.
Oh.
Yes. So this is obviously no sellers came on, or very few sellers came on the market, and very few buyers were in town searching. So this agents,
we're not going to tell you the weekend you need to list is going to be a holiday weekend. That's just not.
But I will tell you the weekend you need to buy is a holiday weekend.
100.
Because you don't have anybody else here buying.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, so inventory and buyer activity dropped significantly. So, but you can see that this gap here, it's still pretty low compared to this gap here. So that means that we're in a seller's market, but it's not as strong as it had been. So we're still in that window for buyers. Sellers, you can still sell in this market. You can still get top dollar, but you have to price your property correctly.
And stage it.
It has to be staged.
Yeah.
It has to be in a given condition.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of notes from people that are seeing price drops in properties. We just got one the other day from a condo that dropped like $40,000. When I pulled the numbers, the condo itself was overpriced by the next highest comp, still even with the price drop by $20,000, which is almost 5% of the value.
Which I think we're going to go into that because we're getting a lot of people being alarmed about the market because they're seeing price drops.
Yep.
So I think we do need to do a deep dive. We'll take a handful of these and show, okay, was this truly a price drop and our prices are decreasing?
Was it a value drop or was it a price drop?
Correct.
Yep.
That's exactly.
Because sales price does not determine the value of a property.
Yeah, it's like you can put any price tag on anything, right? Yep. That doesn't mean I'm not going to give it up.
That's right. And we're in the summer market.
Yeah.
So sellers think they should be able to just throw it up there. They're not taking a lot of care with condition. They're not taking a lot of care to make sure it's priced accurately. They're just seeing what sticks.
And a big thing right now, sellers, if you have a tenant in place, do not even think about showing your property, even for sale by owner, in any way, shape, or form until the tenant is out and you have cleaned, refreshed, probably repainted, cleaned, whatever you have to do. Do not think about showing it with the tenant.
This is not the market to do that.
It's not. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we just got, now it was a lease, not a purchase, but we just got a lease for our son in an amazing condominium in Falls Church.
Yep.
So much bigger than anything on the market. And the reason we were able to do it is because they saw it sight unseen. The agent is also the owner. She had a tenant in place who kept faking sick and wouldn't allow any of the showings, right? So we were able to do it just because we know the building, we know the place, and I mean, we're awesome agents. So we would do that for anybody, not just our son. But the point is she would not have gotten it unleased so fast and for
top dollar
what she wanted if we didn't know it.
That's a really good point because that tenant's still in there. So we leased it about a week and a half ago. That tenant's still in there and it would still be on the market. So
that's true.
So it is. We're not going to see this trend continue. I think next week we'll see a pretty big increase in inventory. I think buyer activity will still be low next week. That's only because buyer activity tends to lag a week behind inventory because there's nothing to buy.
Yeah.
So we'll see inventory pick back up again next week. We'll see buyer activity probably pick up in a couple weeks. I actually have seen, we've got a listing that's kind of been going a little bit stale, overpriced. going a little bit stale.
Yeah,
but
and the first part, it wasn't staged.
Yeah.
We finally were able to get that.
Yeah. So it is, and we actually have some activity. So we're seeing buyers starting to pick up and, request showings and stuff.
Well, and I think too, the whole like public sentiment on whatever might be going on with the tariffs and like, okay, you're not allowed to do these things. I think maybe people are starting to get a little more encouraged. But we're going to talk to Tatiana next, and we're going to try to get her feedback and what she's saying with applications too.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. If you guys have any questions, if you're a buyer and you'd like us to sit down with you and help you navigate the market safely, if you're a seller, if you'd like us to come in and help you get your property prepared appropriately, just give us a call at 703-783-2143, and we're happy to do either one of those consults. All right. Have a great week, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye. Hey, everybody.
Sean and Kelly here along with Tatiana for this week's Mortgage Minute. Hello, Tatiana.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
It has been. Good Memorial Day weekend and good vacation away from the videos, I'm assuming.
It was good. It's always nice to get away and now, recharge and start working again full force.
That's right. Right.
Get back to it.
Yeah. So we had a little bit of a scare or a period of time where the rates were kind of going up and they hit above 7 and everybody was kind of freaking out about it and everything. So where are we with the rates? What have you been seeing? Just catch us up. What's been going on?
Yeah. So the rates, comparing to the last week, which we didn't cover really, right? They're flat. Yeah, you're right. The rates, they go up and down. Very volatile times. I don't recommend clients to float and float meaning, not to lock, right? If you have a contract, you have option of locking the rate in. When it's a long-term situation, maybe you can watch it, but if you are settling in the next 30 days, I don't recommend floating because it's day by day. Today it's up, tomorrow maybe it's a little bit down, but right now it's flat. They did go up and then they went down slightly, so and it's flat right now. 30-year conforming conventional is at 6.98. Jumbo is better. Jumbo have better rates, 6.79. FHA is 6.69. Those are average rates. Sometimes I'm able to quote something better. The ARMs are getting more popular right now too. ARM is adjustable rate mortgage that is fixed for 5, 7, or 10 years, and then it starts adjusting. Every ARM, there are different options, variations of them. It could start adjust every 6 months, once a year, or once every 5 years. So just, and typically they have better interest rates than on 30-year fixed. Getting popular. I'm getting more and more of those right now.
Yeah. Okay. I think ARMs are just a fantastic product for this kind of market, right? When everything is so crazy, you can at least lock in something, you have it for this amount of time, and then you can always refinance later if it makes sense, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not for everyone, of course, but when you know that maybe you're not gonna keep the house for too long, or you are paying, that you'll be paying it rapidly, or bless you, or you or you're very strong believer that you'll be able to refinance soon. That is a really good product right now.
Yeah.
Also want to share the forecast. Different organizations have different forecasts, but they all sort of similar, right? Fannie, for example, thinks that the rate is going to be at 6.3 by the end of the year and 6.2 in 2026. MBA, Mortgage Banker Association, thinks that the rate is going to be at 6.7. They're more conservative by the end of the year, and 6.6 in 2026. National Association of Realtors and NAR projects the rates be at 6.4 by the end of 25 and 6.1 in 26. And lastly, Wells Fargo projects 6.3 in the second quarter of 2025. Well, they're already kind of, well, we are in second quarter, right? So
we're
Yeah.
about to come to the end of
They
it.
missed that one a little bit.
Yeah, they're already wrong. Scratch that one. So yeah, this is.
Can I ask, is MBA typically, are they usually the more conservative ones on their forecasts?
Typically they are.
Or do they kind of sometimes yes.
But it also varies. I think, maybe tomorrow they're gonna post something completely different, and
Okay.
all these guys are notorious of being wrong. So we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They just kind of
I was going to say
living in the
we
dark,
should,
right?
Yeah.
I was going to say we should pull, because I know you've done this a couple times in previous ones. We should go back and pull some of the old ones and see what their predictions were now that we're
To see
in
if we
that
can
future.
track who to trust.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I'll do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it will
Yeah.
be interesting to see.
Yeah, see if you've got your PowerPoints with the old predictions and see what they look like.
And maybe we'll do like a trivia and see who wins, and
Yes.
bingo, bingo night.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, we should totally do that.
You can make a game out of anything.
That's right. Well, so I was just telling Kelly, we hit a lull obviously with Memorial Day as far as like showings and inventory and buyer activity. But in the last 2 days, we've seen a pickup in showing requests for one of our listings, and I've seen more buyers coming out of the woodworks as well. So, are you seeing applications go up, or are they kind of flat or down, or what are you seeing? How's the market moving in the lending side?
Yeah, they start moving up. Last week, understandably, before Memorial Day, it was pretty quiet. A couple of clients wrote contracts, but not the same amount of people as before, and didn't have too many applications going on. Now I have more applications. I did 4 applications yesterday. I have 3 lined up. So, it's moving, and I'm writing more pre-approval letters.
Okay.
Good.
But
And
not everybody wins the contract. So
Right.
I had out of 4 letters that I wrote, 1 person won. So
Yeah.
So there's still that competition. It's less than it used to be, but there
Right.
still is that competition out there.
Are you having to discuss more fewer appraisal gaps and things like that than before, right?
exactly. Yeah, not too much of that. And I have not seen. Well, I just had 1 low appraisal came in, but only
Okay.
5,000. Not
Right.
too much, and it was the price was 480.
Yeah.
It was a townhouse style condo, and it came in at 475. So, but that's one out of, I don't know. I don't remember when I had appraisal last time.
Yeah, we've been blessed this year. There haven't been any that have come in short for us.
Do you think were the agents, were the realtors surprised at that, or was it priced kind of where they weren't too surprised at the appraisal? Because I know sometimes it can get on our radar and we're wondering if it's going to happen or not.
Yeah, they were a little bit surprised, but it all depends on location. It all depends on type of property, especially when it's a condo, but it's a townhouse style condo. It's a little bit tricky because you have to compare to the same type, and it gets confusing. Is this comp really a condo or it's townhouse, because they look the same, right? So that one is was a little bit tricky, but
I wonder, you probably don't know this, but I would wonder if either the agent, buyer or seller, put together an appraisal packet for them to give them the comps of things that were actually townhouse styles but in condos.
I don't think they did that in the very beginning. And so this was actually a VA loan. And on VAs, if you know, and VAs are really good, and they all do the same thing. They look at the same comps, and I hear people saying, "Oh, because it's VA, that's why it came in low." I already can hear it, people saying that, but no, but no, because they look and compare exactly the same way as conventional would do. The only difference between conventional and VA, so on conventional, it comes in low and you know that after the fact, so then you start maybe asking for reconsideration, providing comps and all that. VA, they give you heads up ahead of time. They tell you, hey, looks like I'm struggling here. How did you come up with this price? Give me, comp, give me something.
Okay.
So, and that's, they provided with a bunch of something to him, to appraiser. And after that, it still came in 5,000 low, but maybe it could come even more lower if they wouldn't provide that information. So,
Right.
and we don't know that.
I do like that about VA, that they give you guys a heads up. I actually appreciate that a lot, because everybody has to like stay away from the appraisers, no real communication, right? So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Anything
that's
else? Any other updates? Anything weird in the market, or is everything pretty straightforward?
Everything is, as far as approving people, the approval process, everything is about the same. Just heads up, if you are in, a government employee, just keep it on the radar if there's possibilities of layoffs coming in. Of course, you never know, but that's important factor when we qualify someone. Recently, FHA um, updated their guidelines on visa holders. So now if you have a visa or work authorization card, you cannot obtain FHA loan. Only those who are citizens or green card holders, permanent residents, they can get on FHA. Conventional does not have that, but they put in some restrictions. Some investors, I should say, put more restrictions on work authorization cards categories. They trying to be more conservative now, but in general, there are no changes there. And roofs, we've seen problematic problems with getting roofs insured. If there some carriers want to insure them even if they're 15 years old. Some go 20. Some will insure, but the premium is gonna be high. So what I always recommend clients, don't wait too long, don't wait until the end to get that insurance. And I see clients tends to wait until the last moment, and then they shop for longest time. So I just recommend not to do that. You can shop, of course, you don't want to just to but don't wait until the last moment. So
I'd say once their contingency, like if they have an inspection contingency, I would say probably once that's met, then do it, and we always tell people to start with their, like, whoever insures their car, start with that company because of the discounts. Do you give the same advice, or is there something else we should be telling people?
No, that's fine. So we work with this insurance company that look at different, actually they're broker out, they look at different insurance carriers, and they actually provide discounts. So I recommend them to talk to that person, but also to their current providers, because they could get discount or multi-policy discounts. But I would say, like, from the beginning, because it's not that difficult. They can just get the quotes, and at least to know that there's not going to be a problem with the roof, for example, right? Because then if it's early in the game, and maybe when you do the home inspection, you can start negotiating, fix the roof or something like that, right? And I've seen clients actually getting new roofs because of the insurance issues.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. That's a real good point. Very good tip. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for all that information. And I think we are now up to date on the market between this and the snapshot. I think everybody should be ready to go for the weekend.
Yay.
Yay. All right. If anybody needs to reach out to you, how do they get in touch with you?
you can just call me 571-245-3000.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we will
Thank you.
see you on the next Mortgage Minute.
That's right.
All right.
Next
Bye.
time.
See you later.
Bye.